do as I began this tutorial is put on the Fright Night press-on nails. These are the Vampire Bite design, and of course this step is optional, but I wanted to put these on because I got this awesome care package of Halloween stuff, and what better way to use them than on my Halloween tutorials. Plus, it had fangs on the design, so I just thought it went perfectly well with this vampire tutorial. So you get a set of 24 nails. You don't really have to spend a lot of time finding which nail it fits. You can visually see which one it fits, and it's really easy. You just pick it up and press it on directly onto your clean nails. And I think these would be great just for like a special occasion, if they do match your costume, or if you just want to get into the Halloween spirit. What I'm doing here is just taking a nail file and just filing off a little tab, pretty much it, and now I have my dripping blood vampire nails. Next thing I'm doing is prepping my face for makeup. I am going to be using a lot of makeup today, so I'm just going to take this primer and spray it all over my face. And now vampires are typically very, very pale. I didn't want to use like strictly white paint. This one is by Nye, it's clown paint. And I didn't want to be super, super white. So what I'm doing is mixing just portions of this foundation and then the clown white paint. And just with a little spatula, picking it up, and then on a mixing tray, I'm just gonna mix them both together until I get the desired color. The foundation is just gonna add a little bit of warmth, so it's not so flat and opaque and intensely white. Now the fact that I also added some foundation to this, it makes the blending and the finish of the final product a lot more flawless and smooth. So what I'm going to do is just put this on my face, and then with a synthetic brush, I'm just going to apply this all over my face and also on my neck. The only place that I didn't put anything on was my hands, so you can see the drastic before and after. But I'm just going to put this all over my face first, and then taking a sponge, I'm just going to pat it all over my face so I can have a flawless finish and I don't see any streaks of the brush. Next, you want to take a powder. I would get a loose translucent powder for this. You can even have a little bit of tint if you have like a pale color that's maybe 2 shades lighter than your actual skin tone. And then just take a kabuki brush and buff this all over your face and neck area to give yourself a matte finish, and also it's going to set it in place. Here I'm just taking a baby wipe and wiping off any of the makeup from my eyes, just because I want a clean little space here to work with the eyeliners and the eyeshadows. Now, when I think of Dracula or any sort of vampire, I think of very bold, defined eyebrows. So I'm using a dip brow pomade by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this one is the color Chocolate, and this is really just going to help me define my entire eyebrows so they're nice and shaped and bold. And then just to clean up the edges, I'm taking a flat synthetic brush. This one's a concealer brush, and I'm gonna get some of that product that I used for my entire face, just because I really wanted to blend into the rest of the color. I don't want to get a concealer that maybe is too light or a little bit too dark or too warm. So just get the same foundation / clown white mix and just clean up your eyebrows if you want to shape them a little bit better. I'm going to do that to the bottom and the top, and then with another clean brush, I'm just going to blend that out. So now that we're working on the eyelid space, I'm going to take an eye primer and apply this all over my entire eyelid, all the way up to the brow bone, and also on the lower lash line, right in that area as well. First color that I'm taking is in this NYX 10 color eyeshadow palette, and with a blending brush I'm just going to dust this really soft matte brown all over the eyelid space. This is going to be the color that's going to help me with blending, and I always love to have a base color first, and it's also going to mattify this section here. So next you want to take a trusted gel liner. This one is the first time that I'm trying it out, but it's pretty new, so I trust it, and it actually ended up working out. And what I'm going to do is take this eyeliner and start by tracing a line right around the crease, not necessarily the natural crease. I just want to create a shape that's flattering and even with the other side. And I'm just going to take the eyeliner and start by just intensifying the intensity, making it a little bit darker as I go. And now with a flat synthetic concealer brush, what I'm going to do is start by dragging the black eyeliner upwards so it creates a blending effect. And I'm trying to do this as quickly as I can because once it's dry, it's going to be really hard to blend. So just try to work this as quick as you can. Now with the same brush, I'm going to dip it into the black matte shadow and start by doing basically the same thing. It's just that now I have eyeshadow instead of a clean brush. And you want to start by making sure that the intensity stays along the line, and then just everything else is going to fade gradually upwards. And here I'm just going to go back and forth and use different blending brushes to make sure this is blended. Spend as much time as you can on this step because the more blended it is, the better and more beautiful I think it looks. Next, you want to take a felt tip liquid eyeliner or an eyeliner that you trust that's going to give you nice precise lines. This one, I'm just going to start by lining my lash line, and then I'm going to flick it outwards, making sure that that line is parallel to the one right on top that I created with the gel eyeliner. And now if you mess up or you just want the edge a little bit cleaner, you can take a small synthetic brush and just dip it into concealer and just line it all the way through and then drag the concealer down. This gives you a really nice clean line. You can even actually make it a little bit longer as well. Now you want to take a pencil liner, make sure it's creamy, and line your waterline. And with a pencil brush, you want to start by dragging that color down because we want it to be nice and smoky. So I'm going to switch to a fluffy blending brush as well, just to make sure the smokiness sort of drags down a little bit further. Next color that I'm taking is a hot pink eyeshadow color. You can also go for a red, and just make sure you blend that into the black, and you can also drag it out towards the line of the top eyeliner. And now we're just going to add some mascara to my top and bottom lashes. Now for the false eyelashes, I'm using Dark Maiden by Fright once again because I wanted to use some other ones, but these are just like the perfect Halloween lashes. They have a very natural flick at the end, so you don't have to draw wings or anything, and they're synthetic, so they're a little bit more stiff. Next thing you want to do with a small blending brush, this is a face blending brush by the way, and I'm going to take a matte dark brown eyeshadow. You want to have a very deep natural looking contour. And when I say natural, it's not like everyday makeup. This is like Dracula natural type of contour. So apply that, and then with a 109 brush, I'm just gonna blend that out. The fangs that I'm using are the Sexy Devil Bites, and I got them at that one store in Burbank that I told you guys in my last video. So they're very natural looking fangs, and I didn't do a video on how to put these on, but there's instructions in there. They're just like way too detailed, and you can just follow that along. But I really like the brand, by the way. Here I'm just taking a black eyeliner and lining my lips first and foremost. So now I'm taking Black Dahlia. It's a lip tar. It's very intense, so you want to use very little at a time. And I'm just going to fill in my lips with this first. And then going back with the pencil eyeliner, I'm just going to fill in the edges, make them a little bit more darker because I just want to concentrate red in the center and have the outer edges be nice and dark, sort of like an ombre lip. And I'm also going to do a little bit of cleanup just around the edges because I want them to be nice and defined. This is just a synthetic brush using the same mixture for the face. Just clean up the edges like this. Here I just filled up a syringe with fake blood, and I'm just gonna put this on the outer edges and just let that naturally drip down like that. And I also created 2 holes of fangs on the outer corners. And some people were like, why do you have holes on the side of your neck if you're a vampire? Well, because you have to get bitten first to turn into a vampire. So that's the case with that. And this is pretty much the final step, guys. I put on this really cheap wig that I got from like this Party City store, and a cape that I used from last year tutorials. Oh, and by the way, I also did a widow's peak with the black eyeliner, which is why I have a natural bang and then I have the widow's peak. So that's just an alternative that I ended up doing last minute. So thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to show you guys my next tutorial and have a fun, safe, and great Halloween. Thanks for watching, and see you guys soon. Bye!